Hey, good morning, guys. Let's just give it a minute. I know I'm a little bit early, but it sometimes takes people an extra minute or two to get notification that we are live. So, while we are waiting for purposes of replay when this hits YouTube, right? I'm Robin Link. I'm the creator of Unleash Your Powerful Freaking Goddess, Spiritual Perfectionists Anonymous, and I am here with your energy forecast, which is really more than just an energy forecast for the upcoming week. And I'm even looking at the dates because I can never remember what date that I'm channeling for. October 10th to October 16th. So, give me a sec. Let me make sure this is actually showing up in the group. Okay, cool. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee and I'm going to get us started. Okay. It's one of those mornings, man. Usually I'm talking loud and yelling and whatever else, but I'm so not loud today. And anybody who's live streaming and doing this stuff now, seriously, you gotta leave your vanity at the door. It's like, I'm just looking, I'm looking at all this crazy stuff going on with my hair. Okay. Yeah, we're all human. Alright, let's get started, okay? Alright. Start pulling a couple of cards. And for the record, I'm using my own cards. These are still the old design. We redesigned them and I haven't released them yet because I'm not positive whether or not I'm going to make some tweaks to some of the cards, to some of the verbs, to some of what it says, some of the messaging. I don't know yet, and it just hasn't been clear. It was clear that I needed to get them redesigned, and then and then it didn't. So it just didn't go through. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, look at that. I haven't even been paying attention to the cards that I'm pulling, and it's like, oh, yay. Haha. Awesome. We have a fantastic week ahead of us. And I think for a lot of you, you're just going to be like, it's about freaking time. So, the first card that came up is play. And I know you guys see these cards backwards, but, you know, it is what it is. And I think I did, because the text came through. So, yeah, it's so funny, because I'm watching myself over there. Okay, so play. Play. This is the first card that we have for the week. This is the energy that is going to be the overarching theme for the week, okay? So we're talking about really connecting with that part of you inside who remembers how to play. So if you're a workaholic, well, like I can be, it's really, really, really extra super important for you to do something that is fun for you this week, okay? Because what that's going to do, believe it or not, is it's going to, hey Charlene, how are you? Good morning. I didn't even see you log in. I'm still half asleep today, I'm sorry. As I'm talking about how the first card, the main energy of the week coming up is play. And and just reminding all us workaholics that we have to take time to do something fun this week. So, yeah, right? There's not enough coffee today. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, so play. We, especially entrepreneurs, we tend to put play on the back burner. It's like, I have this to do, I have that to do. I've got so many different things to do. And here's the deal. Like, some people will turn around and say to you, as far as playing go, good morning, Genevieve. As far as playing goes, the way some people in the personal development talk to us or share with us or suggest how things need to be done. Oh, good morning, Clarissa. They make the play more work than the work. So what I mean by that was, every time that I've gone for my own readings and I've gone for working with my coaches and stuff like that, it's always, oh, Robin, you work too much. You're not taking time out for yourself. You need to take an entire day. You need to take a whole day and go do something fun. And the problem with that is, when I look at like what's fun, and let me know if this resonates for you guys, it's like, well, hell, this is fun. This what I'm doing is fun, whether it's working with my clients or whatever type of work you do. Spending time taking care of your kid. Some people actually think cleaning their house is fun. I'm not one of them. And that's their version of play. So, for me, though, play, sometimes or a lot of times it's going to the woods and hanging out in the woods, right? But other than that, play is work for me. Play is hard. That's hard work. Now, so when I talk to you guys about connecting with the energy of play this week, I don't want it to be hard work. I don't want it to be something that is an effort for you. Good morning, Rob. So when you work with play this week, make it whatever it is that's fun for you. Like if sitting it down in front of Netflix and watching a comedy is how you unwind, if that's how you play, then go for it. Go for it. Don't let somebody else define what play is for you. The point of talking about play is really getting you to the point of lightness, to where, like sometimes when we're working, we get focused, and it's really cool because you're in the zone, and you're boom, 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 right? And like if you're like one of those people who work out a lot and stuff, like they're constantly bam, 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 don't stop. But then eventually they do stop, right? And they take that breath and they exhale and they reset, right? So that's what I'm talking about as far as play for you guys this week. If you want to go out and frolic, awesome, if that's what's fun for you. But if sitting in front of Netflix is what's fun for you, cool. Don't fool yourself, though, into pretending that something is play when you're really just checking out. And I can't tell you what that is. You're going to have to self-monitor on that. And I know there are times, man, when I'm like, oh, yes, I am playing, but really I'm like zoning out, watching the romances on the Hallmark Channel because I'm exhausted, I did push too far, or I'm trying to come up with a creative idea and I'm feeling a little, down because I'm not, or I happen to get down if I don't do enough sessions. If I don't work with enough people during the week, I get really down, and it's, and it's got nothing to do with money at that point, because most of the time people prepay. and they go for the group packages. But if I don't get to do that one-on-one consulting and coaching and healing and conversation and personal growth with somebody, then I'm off purpose. My reason for being here is not activated, and I start getting down and depressed. So, when you work, so for me personally, when I'm working with the right clients, work is absolutely play. It lights me up. It brings me joy. I have fun. I laugh. And that's my version of play. So I talked a hell of a lot about play. Why? Because it's really, really, really important, because it leads to your abundance. All right? And we are talking finances here. Okay? So don't fool yourself this coming week and say, oh yeah, I'm playing, when you're not. And don't fool yourself into saying I'm playing when you're checking out and you're not doing what you need to do to increase your finances. And you can, you can call money in, extra money in, even if you are not an entrepreneur. Like, you can make things happen. You can call in a better paying job. You can call in refunds that you didn't expect. I'm just naming a couple of things. I don't know specifically what it's going to look like for each and every one of you, but the biggest complaint I hear is people who are not entrepreneurs saying, well, I don't have the opportunity to bring in extra money. Good morning, Despina, or good evening. I don't know what time it is over in Greece, right? So, and there's people who are on fixed incomes, and it's like, well, how the heck am I supposed to get extra money? But I see it happen all the time. All right, so you have the opportunity this week for extra money. You have the opportunity to create abundance. One of my favorite mentors, what she talks about all the time is writing. Oh, it's evening over there. Awesome. It's 9:15 here in the morning. She talks about writing your future into reality, right? And so she does a lot of writing, about what she wants. And while she doesn't call it affirmation, she calls it mindset work. She writes affirmations, I am rich, I am hot, I have a successful business, and all these different things, right? And I have to say, I often will, even myself, get into the space to where I don't take the time to write that stuff. And I don't feel that it works the same as affirmations. What I feel like is when I'm in that mode of writing the reality that I want to have, it gets me into the energy of it. And it's why I suggest you guys do it all the time. When you're writing, and especially if you get really into the zone with that, your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. Like, your brain doesn't know what is happening in your current reality if you are writing what you really want, the way you want things to be. It thinks that's real. And so what happens is, the more it sees that as its reality, the more it's going to see what supports it. And that's how you start creating this abundant reality that you're looking for. And so whether it's bringing in the optimal soulmate partner, or whether it's creating better health for yourself, whatever, or whether it is actually, just cash money, in hand. When you, what is it called? You activate your reticular, I can't think of what it's called right now. You activate a part of your brain that connects it to, oh boy, I can't think of the words, that helps you to just see this stuff. The easiest way I can explain it right now, because I can't think of real words for some reason, is, let's say you're thinking about buying a red Mazda 6, right? This is what, I'd like to have a red Mazda 6. You go out and you drive, and like for the next 3 days, all of a sudden you're going to see a million red Mazda 6s. Right? Like there's I don't even know what the numbers are. There's one of these cute little Lexuses that I want, that it's a really hot looking car, right? The minute I decided I wanted it, I can't even begin to tell you how many times they see this car on the road, to the point to where somebody who just moved into the neighborhood a couple of weeks ago has one, and I pass it every single time I leave the development. And so I get to see it all the time. So what that means is I'm already radiating the vibration of what I want. And it's starting to show up. So you guys, get into that lightheartedness of play as much as you can, so that you can attract this abundance, right? And start writing that's what I was trying to think. Start writing your dreams into reality. It's so easy to do. It's really one of the simplest things you could do. You don't have to pay anybody to help you do it. Right? All right. Next card, the next energy, thank you, reticular activating system. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Thank you, Genevieve. I knew what I was trying to say. R-A-S. Not S, R-A-S. Okay. Next card is joy. Oh man. Oh God. Talk about, spiritual teachers and coaches keeping it real. I don't think too many people get more real than me sometimes. Joy, the energy for the week is also joy. So we've got play, we have got abundance, we have got joy. And let me just show you what the last one is. Freedom. Personal freedom. Personal freedom. Yeah, I'm telling Jen, it was killing me to remember too. I almost went over to the computer and looked it up. So thank you. Thank you for taking care of that that little OCD moment for all of us. So play, abundance, joy, and freedom. They all just synergize, right? They all go together. They work one off the other. Because abundance is, in this particular case, what we're talking about is that lightness, that light version of abundance. Because I reminded you guys the last time this card came up, when it comes to abundance, abundance is just a lot. So if you say, I want abundance, you could be asking for a lot of shit. Oh, love you too, sweetie. Thanks for being here. But if if you're asking for abundance, you could be asking for a lot of shit. Right? So when you're talking about abundance, get clear. So like I said, when I saw the abundance card this week, it really came through as money, which is why I'm kind of focusing on that, right? So what do you need an abundance of this week? Do you need an abundance of love? Do you need an abundance of joy? Do you need an abundance of cash? What is it? What kind of abundance do you want to call in? What form of abundance is going to give you the greatest feeling of personal satisfaction this week. Is it going to be creating connections? Is it going to be just unexpected gifts showing up? Is it going to be cash? Is it going to be you're on Plenty of Fish and you happen to see, oh, hey, look, there's some new guys here that aren't idiots. All right, let's check them out. You know, just, hey, Nancy. So it really, you know, you need to define what abundance is for you. And so in addition to that cash showing up this week, invite in, you know, more of the type of abundance that is fulfilling to you, that will, that will help you also create some type of feeling of personal security. Right? So that's the deal with the money. Like, that's why people usually want money, is because it helps them to feel safe. And when they feel safer, as far as knowing that their basic needs are met, they can usually show up in the world bigger and better. So that's huge. And it usually will open them up for more love. And it'll open them up to having more fun, right? And here's the thing. If that's who you are, then is it the best way to be? You know, maybe not, because then your life is consistently focused on how much money you're bringing in. Not even how much money you're bringing in, how much money is in the bank, are your bills paid, all that kind of stuff. And then you consistently check in with your self-worth and decide, oh, well, I'm not making enough money to support myself. And so that must mean I'm a jerk, I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, and all that stuff. Or it'll push you to that point where if you're single, you're going to be looking at the wrong people, because you're going to be, good morning, Jeanette, or because you're going to be looking at them to give you or fulfill you in a way that only you can fulfill you, but you're feeling empty because you're basing your self-worth on not making enough money. So, lots of fun, right? Lots of fun. Oh, look, congratulations. This is your most liked live video yet. That's awesome. See, I got an abundance of likes today. So, for everybody who just popped on, oh, and so, and then that all leads to your freedom, to feeling free on the inside. So for everybody who just popped on, the energy that's going on this week, we've got play, we've got abundance, we've got joy, and we have got personal freedom. So you need to determine what play means for you, how play shows up for you. Look at the hearts and the likes, thank you. What play means for you, and don't let somebody else, not even me, as I'm sitting here telling you what to do. I'm telling you what to do when I'm telling you what not to do, right? When I'm telling you not to listen to me. I'm here to give you suggestions. I'm channeling the information, and these are all suggestions, right? But you have the freedom, which is your personal freedom, your free will, to choose. So choose what play means to you. Choose the type of abundance you want to see show up in your world this week. Is it money? Is it more opportunities to play? Is it just more fun? Right? Is it more joy? And then that's the next card is joy. There's a lot of energy available to you this week, despite the fact that we're going through elections time still. There's a lot of joy energy available this week. So tap into it. Let yourself tap into it. we let ourselves tap into and be influenced by all the negativity that's going around, let yourself tap into the joy as well. And the thing is, it's your responsibility to find what brings you joy, right? Nobody can do that for you. And so, like, what I do when I'm scrolling through Facebook, because I'm totally a Facebook addict, I just totally am. Like, my friends live in the computer. That's my favorite place for my friends to be. It just is. Because it gives me control of who I want to play with, when I can walk away, and all that stuff. So, I'm scrolling through Facebook, and it's like, oh my God, Clinton, Trump, she's lying, he's lying, he's this, she's this, blah, blah, blah. You know what? It's up to me to not allow that to affect me. And so what I'll do is I'll go over to some of my favorite animal websites. I'll go onto YouTube and look for pig videos, little piggy videos. The other day, one of the rescues that I followed posted a picture of a little dog who she looks like a combination of Roxy and Angel. Oh my God, I'm in love with her. She's pregnant, thank God. But it just brings me joy. It just lights me up. Or I'll go play with my own animals. Or if I have time, I'm right smack dab in the middle of two really, really, really beautiful parks. Like 5 minutes away. Either side, either one I choose to go to. My responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility to make you happy and bring you joy, but yours. So if you're looking for a life partner, and they have been talking about this all morning, and I just haven't felt like going into it, but I have to, or else they're not going to stop, and I'm not doing my job of channeling the message properly. So stop looking for somebody else to make you happy. I don't know who it is that's watching this now, or who's going to watch it on replay. I don't know which one or ones of you this is. Stop looking for somebody else to make you happy. Yes, we are here as human beings. Connection is absolutely necessary. It's one of the 6 human needs, and we will do whatever we can to get a connection with somebody, even the wrong person. Look at all those hearts, Genevieve, you're driving me up so funny. Good morning, Dominique. So, look, you know, those of you that are on here who know me, you know I got an awesome relationship, right? I love my relationship. Is it perfect all the time? No, he's human, I'm human, right? When we're together, yes, I'm absolutely happier. I'm absolutely happier. But I cannot make David responsible for my personal satisfaction and my happiness. Because you know what? Then I'm not respecting him. Then I'm giving him a job to do that's not his. So for those of you who are looking for this life partner, enough already with I'm not going to be happy until, I'm not going to feel personally fulfilled and satisfied until. Start getting yourself to the point of feeling fulfilled, of feeling happy. Live your freaking life in the best way that you can, so that your vibration lifts, so that you start seeing the good men or good women that are out there, because they exist. They exist. I'm not the only one in a relationship with a good guy. So all you people who keep talking about there's no good men, there's no good women, My husband doesn't support me. My wife doesn't support me. What are you doing? What responsibilities are you putting on them that you need to be responsible for in your own life? I'm not responsible for your happiness. And I'll tell you right now, when I work with a client who comes to me and wants me to fix shit, they're not my client for long. Either they get that I can't fix your shit, or they leave. I refuse to take on responsibility for somebody else's healing, for somebody else's happiness. I don't do it with my clients, and I don't do it in my relationships, and I refuse to let anybody put it on me. So whoever you are that is deciding that you're not going to be happy until your person, your Mr. or Mrs. Right, Dominique says, I know my Mr. Right is out there. I'm getting myself right for me and him. Amen, sister. That is it. Get yourself in the right mind, and then you will attract the person who's right for you. It's and all this bullshit about oh, you can't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else can love you. No, bullshit. Bullshit. I see it happen all the time. Bullshit. You have to, what you need to do is be ready to accept the love. Be ready to acknowledge the love. Be ready to receive the love. Because most of the time, when you open yourself up and say yes to that love coming in, that's what gives you the opportunity to sit back and rest on your laurels and turn around and say, hey, you know what? I'm fat, I'm broke, I'm ugly, and somebody really cool loves me anyway. So maybe there's nothing wrong with me. Yeah, I have to repeat that because that doesn't show up on the YouTube. Genevieve says she outsourced to the intergalactic millionaire matchmaker spirit team while she takes care of herself, her growth, and her happiness. And yeah, I know, Dominique, you're not ready to accept. You're getting there and you're doing the work. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny because I've been talking about the hand analysis a lot. You should go back and take a look because you were all about love. And the love stuff is self-acceptance, it's self-trust, but it's also relationships, right? Morning, Melanie. But it's also about relationships and getting ready for relationships. And you know what, Dominique, you'll be ready to accept it when you remember that there's nothing freaking wrong with you. There's just nothing wrong with you. You're you. That's all. You're just who you are. And you know what? You are. You're perfect right this moment as you are. And this goes for everybody. We all have personal development to do. And if you're anything like me, you're a personal growth junkie. Love, love, love. Like, that's one of the things I do that's fun. People think I'm nuts. Like, go in, give me a healer who's going to take me down into the depths of hell so that I can look at all the shit that went on and start picking it apart and find me. Like, that's play. I'm weird like that. That's why I love taking classes. That's why I love learning modalities, because it's like, I'm going to learn me more. Like, my favorite hobby is me. Good morning, Gina. And that shows up in my hands, by the way. That shows up all over in my hands. And that, you know, my personal, you know, I'm a me first kind of gal, which is interesting when you're also a healer and when you're also here to give and serve and everything else. But you know what? Why don't you make you your favorite hobby? Getting to know you, not judge you, but getting to know you. Try it. Like, you know, we want people to know us. We want people to see like who we are on the inside. And half the time we have no freaking clue. Like, I'm doing this work how long? And literally last night, it just occurred to me that truly what truly, I'm going to tell you about this and then I'm going to finish up. But like, how can I do this like fast? So what in my purpose, my purpose, it's encoded in your fingertips, okay? And let me just tell you, like, this hand analysis stuff is freaking huge. If you really want to know who you are, if you really want a path to self-discovery, get a session. If you go to the page, and I'll put the link here as well. You guys, if you use coupon code SPA, S-P-A, you get $100 off. This is like truly, it's huge. It's huge. I can't even tell you what. Yeah, that's what you say too, right, Jeanette? So cool. I can't even tell you, like, seriously, how much better you'll get to know yourself. But the thing is, once you get it, and then you just sit with it, and you know, I had mine done years ago, and every couple of months I go back and I look at it again, and I gain more discovery and more understanding about myself. And so last night it hit me. I was always bullied as a kid, right? And I never knew why, because if I listened to myself talk, it was like I was always getting beat up just for being me, and I was always getting in trouble just for being me. Now, the other side of that is I used to dance all the time. I used to laugh. I used to talk. I didn't shut up. I mean, often like I do here, right? Problem is, when you're a kid, you're doing it in situations where you don't have control. You don't always know that maybe this isn't the right time to do it, and whatever. You know, you're dealing with everybody else's wounding, and so you start getting pushed down. So, you know, it was always, oh, Robin's such a good girl, but she talks too much, or she this too much. And then the kids on the block, you know, the kids on the block, I used to get beat up at the bus stop almost every single freaking day. Hi, Roxy. Just for being me. Literally, just because I was me. And so last night I came to this realization that I have been making myself small and covering up being afraid of my true passionate nature, because it always gets me in trouble. Like, even the way that I found my way to this path happened because of my passion, right? And I got myself in trouble. So, but what I realize now is this all was happening as a way to get me to understand that once I accept, like, my passion and my dramatics and everything else, like, once I accept all that, then I can truly radiate in the way that I need to radiate, so that the other people who need that path to self-acceptance can find me. Because my people ain't gonna find me if I'm sitting here. So what is that for you? What is that for you? What are you denying about yourself? What are you covering up about yourself because everybody else said that you were wrong? And the thing is, if you decide to go through with the life purpose reading, all of a sudden you're going to be like, holy shit, that's why that happened. You know, I've got people, more than one. It's really amazing to me. It's really amazing to me. this stuff that's happening right now here in the U.S. with the elections, with the pussy grabbing and all that kind of stuff, and people are on Twitter, that whole thing with all these women who are coming out and talking about how they've been molested and over and over and over. You know what? This has been showing up in my business for years, for years, for years, for years, for years. I can't tell you how many clients I have who were molested as children. I can't even begin to tell you how many. It shows up in their hands. And when I see that, I also find the clues. There's also the path, the reason why that happened, like what you were meant to overcome as a result. So whether you decide to go with a hand analysis reading or not, just know that the shit that has hurt you the worst, the shit that has brought you to your freaking knees, the shit that almost killed you, and you're not even positive that it hasn't gotten you yet, that it hasn't killed you yet, that shit, your reason for being here, your reason for being here is tied to your survival of that, to your rising up over it, for your self-acceptance, your self-understanding, your self-compassion, and yes, self-love. It's for that to build. It's for you to show yourself that you are freaking lovable in spite of what was done to you, your heart, your body, your mind. And when you accept that and you get there, well, boys and girls, men and women, you have won. And the person or the people who hurt you no longer run your life. That's the power of self-acceptance, self-love, self-trust, and self-compassion. This goes beyond forgiveness. Because then you no longer have a need to get revenge. There's no more resentment. There might be anger, but it no longer runs you. Got it? Does anybody have questions? I got an extra minute or two. I know I've been going for a while for you guys, but while we're live, I just want to see if you have any questions. I know it takes a minute or two for the feed to show up, the questions to show up in the feed. I am going to pop in here. And you're welcome, Jeanette. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys for being here and for popping in and listening and letting me do my preaching. Powerful as always. Awesome. Thank you. You know what? And if anybody's got another idea for what to call these things, you know, because they go beyond an energy report. I know they're not. I do the reading part of it because I know this is the energy that's showing up. But thanks, Charlene. But I really, you know, I don't think that they're really energy reports. So, oh, thank you, Melanie. If you decide you want the reading, I just posted it and your coupon code in the comments. And so that's it. I'm getting a lot of thank yous. I gave you guys some time. I don't see any questions coming through. So you guys, thanks so much for being here as always. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I think it was in yesterday's quick live stream, I'm going to be shifting the group a little bit. I'm not positive to how or what or where or whatever, but it's honestly, I've been getting a little bored myself with what we've been doing daily. So I've been falling off on posting, and I know, and I see even in the group that you guys aren't posting as much. And the thing is, this group is here for you guys to get some benefit, right? So if you're getting bored and I'm getting bored, then you're not getting any benefit out of it. So I'm just letting that percolate, and I'm just gonna, post in here as I'm inspired to do, and continue to talk to the energy of the group and see how it wants to be recreated. But the bottom line is, it's still going to be about perfectionism, because we shoot for perfectionism because we don't have that self-acceptance. So yeah, love, money, and self-acceptance. That's the focus. That's what I'm here to teach. So that's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm healing. And we're all just going through this shit together, man. So, all right, that's it. When you see me post the link to the YouTube, I'd love for you guys, if you got something out of it, if you would share with people. That would be really freaking awesome. I don't do my newsletter much, but I'm going to pop it out there also on the stream. And so that you can grab your divine prosperity alignment checklist if you haven't gotten it yet, and so that you can see where you are or not aligned with prosperity. Okay? Prosperity in all its forms: money, love, cash, self-acceptance, the whole thing. So, all right, guys, have a phenomenal week. And I will see you next Wednesday, unless I'm inspired. Wednesday, yeah, unless I'm inspired to pop in live again, which, Lord knows, given the platform to talk to people without leaving my house, I'm a happy girl. Talk to you. Bye. Love you.